Today I will be showing you how to properly hold and throw a water polo ball. I will start off with showing you my audience. So in order to learn how to do these few things with the water polo ball, you're going to need the proper attire, and you're going to need, of course, a water polo ball. So when learning how to throw a water polo ball, occasionally you're going to want to be in a pool unless you're trying to play pass outside of the water with a friend. I'm wearing a water polo suit because me being a water polo player, that's what I would be wearing. Okay, let's start off with the ball. So when holding a water polo ball, you're going to want your hand to be placed kind of like right below the ball and balanced balanced kind of with like all fingers spread out, but you're not going to want to grip your ball because the more you grip your ball, the less accurate it's going to be. So when you're holding it lightly with all 5 fingers, you're going to be focusing it on your pinky and your thumb. So once you're holding your ball, it's easy for you to bring it behind your head and forward, and this is called faking, with both your pinky and your thumb. But you can't do that if you're gripping your ball like that because it's just not accurate. So then once it's time to once you figure out how to hold your ball with all 5 fingers, balancing it with your pinky and your thumb, you can bring it behind your head. And usually when you're in the pool, you have your off arm kind of helping you scull in the water, because obviously when you're in the water you're not going to easily float unless you're some pro floater. But once you're in the water, you're going to be sculling, usually egg beating as well. Egg beating is a different story, but egg beating, sculling, and then your arm and your hand, your elbow, your shoulder, and your head should be at the same level the whole entire time while holding a water polo ball. And this is just for accuracy and while you're playing water polo. So then once you are able to start holding your ball with your pinky and your thumb, it's not an easy task, but like you can practice by just holding it and twisting it in your wrist. It's not easy, but you can just keep trying. But once you bring it behind your head, you have to make sure there's like, we call it a rod, like we pretend there's like a metal rod going through our arm and our head. And once you have the balance, you can just hold it for a second, and we can start going into learning how to throw a water polo ball. And when you throw a water polo ball, it's important for you to make sure that your whole entire body is going into the throw. You can't just throw with your arm, because that can cause a lot of shoulder injuries, and personally I've been through one and it's not fun. I have an AC separation and I'm going through it right now. But once you learn how to properly hold a ball and behind your head, it's important that you follow through with both your wrist facing to the target that you're wanting to throw it to, and you follow through with your wrist, your arm, and once you're following through, most importantly, with your core. So when you're throwing it, you need to throw facing your wrist at your target, follow through with your arm, and squeeze your core. And once you're in the water, it's a lot easier. And well, I mean, I'm sure your first time isn't going to be the easiest, but practice makes perfect. And so today I showed you guys how to properly hold a ball and balancing it on the correct fingers for accuracy. And I also taught you how to throw a water polo ball using your whole entire body. And these steps are very important. I mean, if you want to play water polo, these steps are important, but if you're just by a pool and you're with water polo friends, you're like, oh yeah, hey, I can throw a water polo ball too. And you can just kind of surprise them. So, thank you.